Hello, and welcome to our DogBizPro help video series. In this video, we will be explaining how to schedule a new event. To start, you would just want to navigate to your training module by clicking on the module dropdown and selecting Training. Once you're inside, you would just want to click on the Calendar tab in order to be brought to your training module calendar. You can also schedule an event from inside your Events tab as well if you prefer to do things that way, as both involve nearly the same process. For this example, we will explain scheduling right from inside the calendar. If you are scheduling from the calendar, you have a couple of options when it comes to scheduling. You can either click on a specific date from your training module calendar, and a drop-down menu should appear, and from this drop-down menu you could choose Schedule Event, and that will open up your Schedule Event window. On the same note, you can also click the Schedule button in the top right-hand corner of the calendar, and that will show that same drop-down, and from that drop-down you can choose Schedule Event, and again, it'll open up that same Schedule and Event window. From inside the Schedule an Event window, you'll be able to set up and schedule a brand new event. The first area showing inside of this window is the Type dropdown. This dropdown will allow you to choose a specific event type for this event. So if you wanted to choose an event type, you would just click on the Type dropdown and choose an event in question. Next, you should be able to see a Public checkbox, a Repeat checkbox, and an All-Day checkbox showing. If you wanted this event to be available to the public, and you wanted it to appear on your client registration portal, then you would want to make sure to check the public checkbox. If you were to leave this checkbox unchecked, that event would be considered private and it would not appear on the main registration portal. Clients could only register that event if they had a direct link to that specific event. So again, for this example, we'll go ahead and check the public checkbox. As I mentioned, there's also the repeat and all day checkbox showing. The repeat checkbox will allow you to set up this event to repeat. The all day checkbox will allow you to make this event run the entire day rather than based off a set duration. So again, if you wanted your event to repeat, you would just want to make sure to check that repeat checkbox. And in the same note, if you wanted that event to occur all day rather than be based off a set duration, you would just want to make sure to check that all day checkbox. Next, you should be able to see two checkboxes titled Registration Levels and Allow Registration. The registration levels checkbox will allow you to add registration levels for this event. So if you wanted clients to be able to register for different levels of your event, like a working and auditing level, you could check the registration levels checkbox here. The Allow Registration or Track Attendance checkbox will allow you to track attendance for this event. That means a specific event page would be created for this event, the event registration list would be showing that clients had registered, and it would make sure that that event shows on the client registration portal as long as the public checkbox is checked. So again, if you wanted to track attendance for this event, you would just want to make sure that that checkbox is checked. The next area showing inside of this window is the title text box. This will be the actual name of the event. So if you wanted this event to be called New Test Event, you could go ahead and set that up here. You are also able to set the cost for the event as well. If you're not using registration levels, there'll be one set cost for the event. So if you wanted the overall event to cost, let's say $15, you could put that in here. If you did have the registration levels checkbox checked, it would actually remove that cost because again, it's set up to have different registration levels. And when you actually go to create the registration levels inside the event specific page, that's when you would assign the actual amount towards the registration levels. The next area that is showing is the start and end date section. Inside these sections, you're able to set the start date, the starting time, as well as the ending date and ending time for your event. The next area showing inside of this window is the details section. These details will show on the client registration portal if a client attempts to view more information about the scheduled event. So if you wanted to add extra information about the event, you could type that into the details section here. The next area showing inside of this window is the location dropdown. This location dropdown will allow you to set a specific location for this event. So if you wanted to assign a location to this event, you just want to click on the dropdown and choose that available location. You're also able to assign an instructor and co-instructor to this specific event as well. So if you wanted to assign an instructor, you would just want to click on the instructor dropdown, choose an instructor from the list, and again, they would be set up as the actual instructor for this event. On the same note, you can choose a co-instructor as well. So if you wanted a co-instructor for this event, you could click on the co-instructor drop-down, choose a co-instructor, and again, they would be set up as the actual co-instructor for this event. Once you're finished, you can click Save to actually schedule that event. Now, you should be able to see that event showing inside your training module calendar, inside your Events tab search, and on your client registration portal. Hopefully that helps and explains how to schedule an event.